What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to talk about Beyond Meat. I want to go over some of the current data points, key levels to really watch for, and just bring up the very obvious manipulation that is happening. Before we get into any of that, make sure to hit that thumbs up, and with that, let's get right to it. So Beyond Meat did have a rough day yesterday. We're down 5.61%. So far during the pre-market, it is extending that down another 1.64%. Despite no real substantial news, there was one data point that just came out early this morning that the market might not necessarily like, and that is initial jobless claims. So 214 versus forecast of 226. Nothing significant, nothing in my opinion to justify a sell-off. That was pretty much also the same reason why we did sell off yesterday, because of GDP coming in phenomenal. Both data points don't really justify a rate cut. So at the end of the day, that's kind of why the market is selling off, especially yesterday. But one thing that I wanted to kind of bring up, I was looking at Beyond Meat during the overnight, and I saw what happened. It's absolutely crazy the level of manipulation that is happening. And normally, I'm not one of those individuals that likes to wear a tinfoil hat and say, hey, manipulation this, blah, blah, blah. But for those of you that joined my stacked account or my Patreon, I do post this for free. So if you guys are wanting it, definitely pop over there, because I go over the short interest on various stocks, some that I do cover on one of my YouTube channels. And Beyond Meat shorts increased 7.47 million shares yesterday. So there was clearly an attack on Beyond Meat, more strategic one in fact, because they wanted to break it on the technicals. So I'll kind of go over that near the end of the video. But for those of you as well that think that this during power hour was normal, this barcoding, that is not. That is just algorithmic trading really being turned up like to the max, where it's just trading back and forth. Doesn't matter if you, your dog buys. It is just going to be trading back and forth because someone really did turn it up. And for those of you, again, that kind of look, this seems to be actually more of a common occurrence with Beyond Meat. I guess usually when I do my Beyond Meat videos, it's kind of this time or even during the trading day. But nonetheless, there is definitely a lot of manipulation that's happening. So far, even during the pre-market right now, we have about 30 minutes before the market does open, shorts are increasing 1.56 million shares. This is exactly why it is starting to pull back during the pre-market. Market does close a little bit earlier today, so we should see a lower volume, but I think shorts are trying to hit it one last time extremely hard. So 31.75% of the free float is being shorted, works out to be 139.81 million shares overall being shorted. Cost to borrow average 10.76%. So that has been really inching up as well over the last several trading days. That's an annual rate, not a daily rate. So just kind of keep that in mind. And then short score 71.18. But I think all in all, for shorts to increase 7.47 million shares yesterday, their main target was to break it below this 103 level. So I know a lot of people do not like the technicals, but honestly, that's how algorithms trade. They trade based on this moving averages. So right now, with it at 99 cents and change, it is trading between this S1 and this S2. This is why shorts are already increasing, because they want to break it below this 98 cent mark. And luckily enough, yesterday, it was able to get bought up and kind of move and close above that. And you can actually see on the secondary market, there was some institutions actually buying it. Same with on the dark pool. So big money was buying the dip, if that kind of makes sense. But still, shorts, their target is going to be 98 cents today. So just kind of watch for that, because if that does fail to hold, then you'll have 89 cents as the next strong support. Flip side, their target yesterday was 103. So this is why during that price action, you saw just a massive push below that 103 level just to, again, break it. So kind of crazy stuff how what all happens behind the scenes. And this is why I like to look at a lot of the data, because if someone just looked at the chart, they'd see a stock that has very little buyers. But if you actually do look at a lot of the other kind of behind the scenes things, it does actually signal big institutions were buying the dip despite it closing 5.61% in the red. So let me know your general thoughts on that. So I just wanted to kind of pop on, go over that. But as far as this, you can kind of see algorithms very much in force. So this is the flow right here. Looking at the market position though, you see a little bit more willing buyers, which is a positive. From the actual technicals, the shorts are doing their job, so it is breaking down. right now below that 10-day moving average, and generally that is a very big deal for momentum stocks, and so I do believe Beyond Meat is a very big momentum play. So that 10-day moving average is a big deal, so just watch for it to ideally close above that. But looking at stochastic RSI at 25, it is mind-blowingly oversold. So for those of you that do believe that Beyond Meat is a kind of trading at a discount, then have at it, buy the dip, average down, and whatever else. These videos, I'm not here to get you to buy or sell. Obviously, you guys do your own due diligence and all the other fun jazz. But typically, on a side note, every single time Beyond Meat has bottomed, so at that 50-cent mark, and then right here, that 81, before it goes on a nice run, it does bounce off of those key fib levels. So I know a lot of people, again, don't really like the technicals, but it is something to pay attention to. So like I said, 89 cents is that next kind of key level, that S3. So technically that might be the potential bottom. But again, shorts I think are trying their very best to hit it hard today. So expect some volatility. So hopefully everyone has a good day. Merry Christmas in case I don't do another Beyond Meat video from now until then. And then aside from that though, pop over to the stacked account. I do have a promotion right now, so $1.50 just for day trades. So if you're looking for just some solid on point day trades, pop over there. Check that out. Once you get in, you will never be increased. Or I do have free tiers as well, where I put out short interest and various things. So if you want to know what shorts do on a daily basis, pop over there. Check that out. Link in the description below and also the comments. With all that said, appreciate all of you watching.